You'll do great, man. You'll do great. Sounds awesome. All right, we're live. Sorry about the wait. We were talking. We get to talking and we forget. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be live and share all this information with all the viewers out there at home. Welcome to another episode of the 10 Horse Money YouTube channel and Monday Night Live. On the other end, we got Jun Shoji,
the other side of the world.
Yeah, the other side of the world, and it is
tomorrow,
Tuesday over there, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesday right now. It's 10:39 in the morning right now.
Okay. And it was funny. He's been on, Jun's been on before, but he said, isn't it a little earlier this time? And we forgot about daylight savings time. So we have daylight savings time in the United States, and obviously Japan doesn't. So it is different over there right now.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for jumping on with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a while. You've been busy. You've been working on all kinds of stuff over the last year.
Well, I keep busy,
Yeah.
Actually, the fishing industry in Japan is really bad. I don't know what it is, but when first COVID started, it started to slack down, and it's getting worse and worse right now.
Really?
Yeah, and especially in the fishing industry, it's getting bad. Yeah, but I have to keep busy, so stay busy. So I'm doing what I can.
I think it's down here too. I think things are slow here too. Yeah.
We had a huge influx though during COVID here.
I heard about that. Yeah.
But it wasn't like, we weren't selling tons of high-end baits, I'm sure, but it was, folks we couldn't do anything inside, so everybody was going outside to do everything. Yeah. So folks that have never fished before went and picked up a rod and reel.
Yeah, yeah. So I heard about that. Yeah. Actually, I want to ask a question.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a rumor over here in Japan that McDonald's over there in the States are really expensive right now.
No, not any more expensive than they.
Do you eat at McDonald's?
I do occasionally because I travel so much, but I mean,
it didn't change. No, okay.
So it went up a little bit. It might have went up a little everything bit. Is going up.
How much you think it went up?
So if you get a value meal here, which you've been to the States, so our value meal is different than your value meal.
Yeah.
Our portions are a lot bigger, but like $10-11.
Oh, okay.
For what?
For like a double quarter pounder with cheese and fries and a drink.
And a drink. That's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that seems like it's a couple dollars more than last time I bought them.
Yeah, but
which has been 2 years ago.
But it's not like exuberant. It's not insanely high. But you could still get it. Like I'd go there and get a double cheeseburger, like a McDouble, and fries for $3 right now. Oh. They have like a deal going on in that.
Oh, okay.
The value meal is usually where they
a lot of our
value anymore.
I mean, a lot of our groceries have went up quite a bit.
Groceries have went through our grocery bill at our house is probably 1.5x, if not 2x, what it was.
Jeez.
So
that's pretty high.
It doesn't help that I got 2 kids that are growing though too. Yeah. So they eat a lot more now.
No, they should. Yeah, they should.
So have your prices changed over there as far as groceries and going out to eat and stuff?
It's starting to come up right now. And, like I said, McDonald's, it's not so expensive over here. It's only about $7
okay
for a set that you were talking about. So it's a little bit more expensive. It looks like it's a little bit more expensive over there in the States. So yeah, I was hearing rumors that it went up to around $15.
No.
I
mean, what I was talking about was a large meal, so large fry, large drink, and a sandwich. So
well, and we live in a smaller area. We live in a smaller town, so maybe in a bigger city, it might have went up more. Maybe.
Yeah. It might be expensive here.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of scan through some of these comments real quick and just say hello to everybody before we get going here. I kind of posted a question: what are the water temps at your local lakes? Several people chimed in. Table Rock's still in the low 50s. He's ready to get on that jerkbait bite, so he's wanting to get down there in the 40s. What else do we have here?
Jay's on here. He won the giveaway last time.
Yeah, Jay won the giveaway last time, and he said he caught some fish this fall on the Pinky Deluxe.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
39 degrees in Ohio.
You're not doing that giveaway anymore, right?
Well, we did it last week, but
Uh-huh.
then we haven't been doing it much lately. So it's just kind of hit and miss. We do it sometimes we don't.
Keeps everybody on their toes that way.
Yeah.
But we're always open for giveaways for sure.
You want to do something this time, or it's
If you want.
You can just I can just DM you the some kind of word or something, right?
Yeah. Guess a number between 1 and 200.
Okay.
And then DM it.
Okay, I'll DM it to you.
Okay.
Let's do the underspin that I just made.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I finally got it to a half ounce.
Okay.
The first one I made, it was around 16 grams, so I didn't like it, so I remodeled it and brought it down. This is the first one. It was around 16 grams, and I did the second one, and I brought it down to a half ounce. So,
how big is that hook in there?
It's a 4-aught hook.
Okay.
Is it too small?
No, I think that's a good size.
Okay.
What about the keeper? The keeper.
It's a screw lock.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it's big enough.
I was thinking you might make it bigger.
Okay.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Because those small ones, they kind of tear out.
Okay.
If you got one it's bigger around, it holds the baits on there better.
Especially with a half ounce.
Yeah.
Bait, because you're gonna be throwing some meatier.
I was planning on putting this on there, so
okay.
It's a 4.5 inches.
Okay.
That's
the size of a Zoom Fluke. So
yeah, it's one of our soft plastic lineups. So
yeah. I like that color. That's a color we throw a color similar to that.
The albino.
Yeah.
Yep.
What color is that? What's that called? The color?
It's called a smoky blue shiner.
Smoky blue shiner.
Yeah.
I like it.
Awesome.
I like to put some kind of English names on there. Yeah, everybody gets confused, because it gets so long.
we appreciate that in America. It makes it easier.
We do. What size blade are you gonna throw on there?
What size blade do you prefer on there? I was thinking about a size 3.
Yeah, two or three.
With a half ounce,
you could do a 3.
You could do a 3 with a half ounce.
Yeah. So a size 3 is like this. I just put it on last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
That looks good. I like that longer post.
I do.
I could change the post on there, any length on there.
Well, so what happens with that post? Because I fish an underspin a lot, and it catch, like, the blade will set on your plastic.
Oh, okay.
And it won't turn. It kind of just sticks to it.
Oh, it wraps around it.
Well, not necessarily wraps around it. It just kind of it'll just lay on top of it, and then it won't spin. It won't catch.
Or it'll stop it while it's rotating. If the blade's too close to the plastic, it'll hit the plastic.
Yeah.
But I think you got plenty of clearance on that one.
For sure.
Yeah, that looks good. That's a good length, I think. Yeah.
I was trying this a long time ago when Stacy Ashley won the classic.
Casey Ashley, in South Carolina at Hartwell.
Yeah, when he won the classic, and he was using that ponytail or horse head.
Yep.
Yeah. And I had the same mold from Do It, and I went to my pouring room and I started pouring baits because I wanted to try out, and I never had any kind of good fishing days with it, so I just faded out on it. And it was last week when you were fishing out there with Ron.
Yeah.
And you caught a lot of fish on there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I fish an underspin quite a bit in the fall and on through the winter, and a little bit in the post spawn when they start getting back out deeper in the post spawn.
Yeah,
it's a great bait, and I don't think as many people fish it that should. Not a lot of people fish it. I mean, I'm not saying that nobody fishes it, but I think it's underutilized. I don't think very many people fish it, and it's really, really good. Everybody fishes a swim bait,
Yeah.
Just a standard swim bait, like a K-Tech, 2.8 or 3.3. But if you put that little underspin on there, it's different.
Yeah, it is.
It gets bites.
Yeah.
What are you guys throwing on the bottom?
David said McDonald's in Hawaii is insane. Everything in Hawaii is.
Oh yeah. I hear about that.
What'd you say?
Were you throwing on the bottom?
Well,
suspended fish.
Both.
Okay.
Both. A lot of times I fish a 1/4 ounce quite a bit, even out deep. But that allows me to reel it super, super slow.
Okay.
And keep it down. I like to reel it really, really slow and keep it down. But we were catching fish on the bottom within a foot of the bottom, and then some suspended fish too.
Yeah.
So both. Corey wants to know, is there a link to Jun's products? Are you selling anything in the States yet? Besides,
no, I tried on my website. They have some kind of app on there that translates to English right now. And I tried it once, but I didn't think it worked out so good. So I'm trying to find out a different way to, sell to the States right now.
Okay.
I tried Shopify a little while ago, and it was pretty confusing. So I lacked out on that. So I'm trying to figure out something right now.
Okay.
Are they still carrying your baits at the Carolina?
They are. Yeah, but not all of them though.
Okay.
Yeah. I think only the swim baits right now. Yeah.
The soft plastic swim baits?
No.
The Pinky Deluxe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Deluxe, yeah.
Yeah, Corey, I'll leave a link to that. I didn't have a chance to set up the links in the description box because I went to work at 6 this morning and I got off at 6 this evening. I worked 12 hours, and last night I fished with Ron. We caught a lot of crappie, and I got home and had to go to bed early. But I'll leave a link to that. What's the name of that place? The Carolina place?
Carolina Tackle LLC, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. I'll leave a link to that, Corey, in the description box.
I think it was on your last YouTube subscription.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's actually in my. I think I leave it in my normal description as well. That's right, I do.
Always thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I like your products a lot. People definitely need to check them out. If you haven't checked it out, man, he's got a lot of really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. Did you send a number to me yet, June?
Oh, I didn't. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. I hope nobody can see it, right?
No, they can't. It'll come just to me. I won't show anybody.
If not, we'll just pick another one.
It's 1 to 200, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, Jay. Jay was talking about, you gave me a shout out when you were making the underspin. He said, inspired by the 10 Horse Monty YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There you go. Hammy's on it. Carolina Fishing.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Got Rich on here. What's up, Rich? Good to see you on here.
There was a one from Gary a while ago.
A question?
I don't know.
Is it possible to have 3 people on this live?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I think you can have up to 6 people on this.
6.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I was wanting to do a live with Mikey.
Mikey Balls.
Mikey Balls?
The guy from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love his YouTube channel, so
he's awesome.
Yeah. The way he fishes. Yeah.
So I mean, I've been brushing up on my Japanese a little bit, but I don't have a clue what that says.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
I know. It means welcome to the show.
There we go.
Very good, Gary.
He translated with something, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Sometimes it translates really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey is awesome. We had Mikey on a couple weeks ago. So.
Yeah, Mikey's a really good guy. Mikey's the same guy that you see on YouTube. He's the same guy when you're talking to him on the phone or texting.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good dude. really nice guy. I was texting with him the other day. I bought a new GoPro 11, and
Okay.
I was asking him what his settings were on his cameras and what he shoots at, and we were just chatting back and forth. He's just just a normal guy like everybody else. It's really cool to see that.
I'm still using the 7.
Are you? I have I have 3 5s, a 7, an 8, and an 11.
Yeah.
And I've been using my 5s most of the time, but I'm starting to rotate into the 7, the 8, and the 11. So I get a lot better audio. The 8 and the 11 have a lot better audio than the 5. The 5's audio is not that great. 7's okay. 7 has okay audio. But the 8 in the wind, like the 8 and the 11 in the wind, it really cuts down on that wind noise. Because that's the problem. That's the problem I have most of the time is when you're out there fishing in the wind.
Yeah.
You get so much feedback that when I'm editing, I have to go through and I have to pull down everything in between. Everything when I'm talking, it's okay. But as soon as I quit talking, the wind comes in. So I have to cut that piece out, and then I have to pull the volume down. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
So I just spent a little money and got me an 11, and I've been playing around with that. It's pretty interesting. It shoots at 5.3K.
Jeez.
Yeah. But
that 11 does?
Yeah. But when you shoot
YouTube
at 5.
won't render that though, will it?
No, but it's 4K, I think. It renders at 4K, but when you shoot at 5.3, it is so slow. It eats up a lot of your memory card.
I can imagine.
And it's so slow on the download. It's just,
jeez.
Dude. I did it last night. It was the first time I've ever messed with it. I mean, it took.
Is it painful?
Yes. Normally, say I just have a 10-minute clip shooting at 4K or even 2.7K. It takes like 10 seconds.
But you don't shoot
my
it.
chip. This took like 3 minutes to upload.
You've been shooting at 4 or 2.7?
4K 30 is what I've been shooting at a little bit, but I've been shooting at 2.760 before that.
Because that's what I always set mine at.
Yeah, 2.760.
2.760. Yeah.
So I'm just kind of experimenting. Anyway, it's fun to get new stuff and play around with it. You just hope you don't have a really good day and then mess up all the footage and mess up the footage.
I had trouble.
Yeah. So I was wondering what's a normal day when you show up to work? What's a normal day in the life of June?
I come to the office. Well, I don't want to say office, but to my workshop around 8:30 in the morning. And I go back to the house at, at noon, eat lunch, come back. And I stayed until about 7 o'clock at night. And I go back and eat dinner. And I come back and I work until around 11 o'clock. There's always something to do. So I like to keep busy. I don't like to hang around the house so much. So It doesn't mean I don't want to be around my wife a lot, but yeah, I like to work. So
that's fun.
Yeah. Too much work.
Your house and your shop aren't connected, right?
No, it's not. It's a completely different place.
Okay. Now, do you have a retail front where customers come in?
No.
Okay.
Only the website.
Okay.
Only the website. Yeah. I haven't had an order from the stores that we deal with over here in Japan for over 6 months.
Huh.
That's how bad it is over here.
Wow.
So if I didn't start my website over here in Japan, I think I'll be in pretty bad trouble.
So is your customers coming from individuals then?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm selling to individuals directly. So yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty bad over here.
Do you have a retail store where people can walk in and buy off the street, or is it just you just ship to people?
I sell to retail stores over here in Japan.
Okay.
So if they go there, they can buy it, but they're not buying my new products from me, so they don't have the new products in their store. So the only way the people, the anglers can buy, my new products is from my web shop. So it's keeping me busy. So, I had a couple orders this morning too. So,
well, that's good. As long as you're getting your orders.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm glad, my daughter is on her own right now. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to, put her through college right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Kids are expensive. Very
It is.
expensive.
She's 25 right now, so yeah, she's on her own. You know, it's so weird, you know, the young people right now, you know, my daughter is doing some kind of a influencer kind of work on TikTok.
Huh.
She has something, what, 200K or something followers,
Wow.
and she's doing some kind of makeup things, and she's getting actually paid by those companies to do those short videos.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, she quit her main job and she turned into a TikToker. Said, "Oh my gosh, you know."
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so you say that I asked my kid the other day, and he's 8, what he wants to do when he grows up, and he goes, I either want to be a professional baseball player or I want to be a YouTube star.
Yeah, YouTube star, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's a thing, huh?
It's insane.
You think about some of the, I mean, nothing against Hellabass, 10 Horse Monty, and Mikey Balls, but you guys got quite a few followers between the 3 of you.
Yeah.
But some of these guys have millions and millions of followers, and
they do.
They're making bank off of that.
Oh yeah, they're making a lot of money
just to make. And I hate to say it, but what parents see as just dumb videos, but these kids just eat that stuff up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's that one kid that just opens. He's like a 7 or 8 year old kid, just opens gifts, opens toys.
Yeah.
And has millions of followers. So
I've seen there's I don't know the guy's name. I don't know his channel, but he's got like 10 million followers on YouTube. And all it is it's like a 2.5, 3 minute video. And it just shows him texting back and forth to people. It's just a little short text.
Really?
Yeah. It makes no sense at all, but people love it.
Gosh.
But it's interesting. There's so many different kind of people that get excited about so many different things. So how do you feel about your daughter being a TikTok star?
You know, at first when she told me that she wanted to quit her main job, you know, after she graduated college, she had a full-time job, and she wanted to be in the fashion business, right? So she was working for a company that did clothing and things. And after, I think it was right before COVID, she got into that company. She joined the company, and she was working for about 2 years or so. And between that, I didn't know she was doing any kind of TikTok at all. And one TikTok that she posted just blasted off. And 1 week later, her followers were about 1,000 times more than she used to have. And, then I think she started to think, maybe I could do something with TikTok. And she started to do some kind of, makeup changement things and like that. And it started working out. And she quit that main job. And, well, she has I don't want to say part-time job, but when she first told me that she wanted to do TikTok, I'm 55 right now, right? I claim myself a little bit older person. So I told her that, going full in on TikTok was not my style. So I told her to keep a main job. And then if you're going to do TikTok, that's okay with me. So what she did was she quit her main job and got a job at the college that she graduated from. Like what do you call it? She helps the teachers there.
Like an assistant?
Assistant, yeah. And she still does that job right now. And then she does the TikTok too. So, but she said she was going to quit next year, the college work. Yeah. And she's going to go full send on TikTok. So
okay.
I don't know what that's going to go about. So, well, yeah.
I don't know. I guess, I grew, and I'm sure Gabe's the same way, but grew up where like security and a steady paycheck and
yeah. Same with me.
I feel that, and I applaud those folks that can make money off of YouTube and TikTok.
I think it's great,
it's another avenue, but it makes me nervous.
Yeah, it is.
It hasn't been around long enough yet.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Well, you're self-employed, so to speak. You're
Yep.
not getting a paycheck consistently. You gotta produce stuff to get paid.
Well, I mean, how many people have, cable TV anymore in the States?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's cutting the cord, right? You guys cut the cord.
Yeah.
You don't have.
I haven't had cable in 12 years.
Yeah, you don't
years.
pay for any kind of TV subscription, but how much stuff do you watch on YouTube?
Yeah, it's all YouTube and Netflix. Mostly YouTube. I watch YouTube like probably 75% of the time. I'm watching YouTube.
Every time I come in here, you got YouTube on.
Yeah.
So
same with me. Yeah. Even my wife got into YouTube.
There's something for everybody on YouTube. I've been watching I watched a lot of the old FLW tournaments from 2014, 2015, 2016, 17. I've been watching all those. They're really good.
I tell you what, you kind of got me on that. I watched a couple of like the early 2000s classics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are like a blast from the past. Some of the names that were big when you and I were like younger.
Yeah.
And now they're.
I almost think it was better. Like the ones I was watching, I watched it was when Buddy Gross won on Pickwick, and I think it was 2017. It was the FLW tour.
Yeah.
And Buddy Gross and Michael Neal were roommates. And Buddy Gross stumbled on the fourth day. He'd caught 25, 22, 21, and he had a 14-pound lead going into day 4. 14-pound lead. Well, he didn't have a fish at like 11:30 or something.
Yeah.
He caught 2 fish. He weighed in 2 fish for basically he was up on stage. Michael Neal dropped his bag down. It was a pretty decent sack. So Buddy Gross comes up on stage thinking he'd blown the tournament. He thought he lost it. He thought he was going to have to catch at least like 14 pounds to win.
Right.
He had 2 fish in his bag. And, the MC said, I think it was what Chris Jones or whatever said, you need 1 pound, 7 ounce. And he just started smiling. But he was like, can you imagine have that big of a lead and then just not be able to catch a fish on the 4th day? But it was really well put together. I forget how good those are put together.
I don't know. Put $100,000 on the line and try to on day 4 and see how that heart feels.
Oh gosh,
mine would be going cocoon, 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 cocoon.
Yeah, it'd be tough. And he couldn't figure out. Obviously, couldn't figure out where the fish went because they were biting so good. That's fishing though.
I think I watched that live on the FLW that I did.
Yeah. It was good. It was a really good. He was catching them on I think he was catching them on a hair jig one day.
Yeah. I think he was fishing some kind of eelgrass or something.
He was fishing eelgrass. That's the one. Yeah. Yep. And I know exactly where he was fishing. Well, Rich knows where he was fishing. He was fishing on the downside of Kroger Island, right underneath the bridge there on Pickwick. It's a place I've fished before. That's what's cool is when you watch those shows and you've been on the lake that they're at and you know exactly where they're at. I think that's pretty neat.
Or it makes you feel like that you don't know what you're doing. So.
Here we go. Here's a good question from Hammy.
Okay.
So June, what bait are you currently focusing on making?
Right now? I think I have about 10 baits in my head right now.
Well, you were showing us one right there before we came on.
Oh, yeah, this one, right? The big swim bait.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on a solo layout.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that thing. That thing's huge.
It is. When I first made the triple deluxe, this is a 3-part swim bait, and it's 5 ounces. I didn't catch a single fish for about 5 years since I made the prototype of this. And I finally got to a timing where I finally got the action that I had to do it, work it in, and I started catching fish. And the triple deluxe, I think, gathers a lot of big fish, and the pinky deluxe gathers a lot of smaller fish than the triple deluxe. But the bait I made recently, actually the name of this bait is this big bait.
This big bait
is the name of this bait. It's really weird if you say it in English, but in Japanese, they understand it pretty good. But this bait attracts a lot of small fish and big fish, right? So I was wondering if I make a bigger bait with a single joint, if it's going to gather only big fish. So that's the reason I was, I'm trying to make this bait right now. It's going to be around 7-8 ounces. So it's going to be a pretty big bait.
Okay, show that bait next to the Pinky Deluxe.
Pinky Deluxe.
and I'm going to make a comparison.
Holy cow.
That's the Pinky Deluxe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go off solo rare, and I'll show you how big that bait is. Okay, so a lot of people are familiar with this. This is the S Waver.
Yeah, S Waver, yeah.
The S Waver 168.
Okay.
So let me pull this out real quick. And I have a Pinky Deluxe right here. So okay.
Is mine bigger or?
Yes.
It is, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
this is the S Waver 168.
Uh-huh.
And this is the Pinky Deluxe.
Okay. So, and the Pinky Deluxe and the new one.
So there you go. For reference. Hold on. Keep those held up there, June. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna solo that out. Okay. There you go.
Huge.
It's quite a bit bigger.
It is, yeah. The thickness is really different too. So, yeah.
Holy cow.
That's a bigger bait for sure.
Yeah, it is.
And you said you're gonna make that single joint or double joint?
I'm gonna try both, but I want to go with a single. More to the single. Yeah. It's pretty big. It's
so
pretty
this big bait, how much does that one weigh?
This is 4 ounces.
And hold that one up to the Pinky.
The Pinky. Just a little bit bigger and it's a little bit wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more shad profile.
Yeah.
Profile.
How thick is that bait?
It's about the same, I think.
Okay.
A little bit wider in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you say the big one in Japanese?
This one?
Yes.
Yeah. Kono big beito.
I like it.
You want to try that?
I can't say it, but I like it.
Why I named it that way is there's a guy on BSS right now. His name is Matty Wong, I think.
Yeah.
He's one of the new guys.
Mm-hmm.
I stumbled upon him on his YouTube when he was still fishing in the West in a series in California. And he made it up to Elite Series. And in his videos, he was saying the way that the Japanese anglers said, like a crankbait, the Japanese people say crankbaito. They put a toe on the back of the word. And he was using that word, that kind of saying in a good way. Not how should I say this? He was saying like the spinner baits, he was saying spinabeito. He was putting a toe on the back of it. That's the way the Japanese anglers say it. And when I heard that, I might just name this big beito. Yeah. So
I like it. I wonder if Matty's has been to Japan or not.
He's sponsored by Megabass, so that's why he's probably, or he's watching a lot of Japanese videos or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He has pretty good videos too. I like his videos.
BS fishing.
Yeah, I think he's pretty busy right now.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I know Rich, who's on here, Hellabass. Matty's been on his stream before.
Okay.
He's seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Here's a question from BP. Do guys in Japan want American-made fishing gear like we want JD gear?
Yeah, of course. I buy a lot of stuff from Tackle Warehouse. Yeah.
How long does it take to get there?
Let's see, if I order on a Sunday in Japan, and the people come in office on Monday and they see my order, it'll be in Japan on Thursday or Friday. So it'll only take about 4 or 5 days.
That's quick.
It's pretty fast. Yeah.
Sometimes that's faster than I can get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fast then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russ has a question. What's the difference between a single or a double jointed bait?
I think single joint has a little bit more. Let's say double joint has a little bit more smoother action to it, but the single joint is a little bit more. It comes back. It has kind of a machine, a robot kind of action to it. Yeah, it's not smooth, and it's not so smooth. But a double joint, it's a lot more smoother because it has joints on it, but it still keeps the S motion, like this. Yeah, it doesn't go like this. If you make the joints a little bit more freer, it'll go like this, like the bull shad that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's why I kept the joints, a little bit tighter, so it'll keep the S motion. Yeah.
Is it harder to design a bait that runs right with a single joint or a double joint? Does it make a difference? Or is it just hard either way? Or
it's not so difficult, but actually, this bait, it's not stuck together now. It was stuck together, and I was on a lake about a week ago, and I tested this color on the lake, and what I noticed is that the space between the joint was a little bit more, thinner than the one I previously made, and it didn't have the right action to it. So I made the joints a little bit more, thick, had a little bit more space between the joints. So I got to glue this together now.
okay.
Yeah, it depends on the, how much space you put between the joints, the action. If it's going to be a little bit more wider action or a little bit more tighter action, it depends on the, the space between the joints.
Let's see.
How many trial and errors does it take to get one right?
Well, actually, to get this action right, it took me a whole month to get it right. And it took me another month to get it in production. So about 2 months it took, but I was only doing this for 2 months. So, it takes a pretty long time to make it right.
So what do you, okay, let's talk about the development of a swim bait from start to finish. You have an ideal in your head.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next step after that ideal comes into your head?
Well, first I make the outline of the bait, the 2D outline of the bait on my Illustrator on my computer, and I print it out. And at that same time, I have the 3D image in my head, right? And what I do is, let me go get the material. Can you wait a moment?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to Mike. What's up, bro? Good to see you on here, man. He's over there in that Illini division.
That's a tough division.
You're not going to be throwing the 7-ounce swim bait on Ren.
Or on the Ohio River, Galconda. You imagine rolling into Lusk and throwing a
7-ounce
swim bait.
If you catch one, it's going to be the right one.
It might not be the right species, though. It might be one of those rough fish.
Or probably a gar, yeah. Okay. Here, I'm going to put you on solo again.
Okay. I use a material like this. It's called chemical wood. It's not actually wood, but it's mixed in with some kind of resin or something. It's easy to carve, but it keeps the edges on the lures. And I just glue the image on the side of this, and I cut it out with a bandsaw, and I start sanding from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you cut that out on a bandsaw, it's pretty blocky, right?
It's pretty blocky, yeah. It has all the edges and stuff, yeah.
So you hand carve or hand sand that down to what we would know as
like
right.
Yeah. Actually, to sand down to this shape, it only takes me about 2 hours or so.
Okay.
And after that, I use I don't know if you have it in the States, but I use a material called kitchen tape. It's aluminum foil with sticky backing on it.
Okay.
Use it in the kitchen.
Okay.
And I cut out all the faces and I stick it on there. Even I put scales on there this time. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Let's see.
You have scales on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it now right there. Yeah.
Wow.
So how do you know where to put the hook hangers and where to put the joint of the, where to cut it to make it a two-piece?
I would imagine that
stuff?
joint that is super critical.
It's super critical. It is. I think I have a ratio, like 60 to 40%. The tail has to be 40% of the body. The head has to be 60%. I have some kind of, image in my mind that I go with, and I try it. And if it doesn't work out, I change the metricals of the bait. Maybe go to a 70-30 or maybe to a 50-50. I don't think it'll work out on a 50-50. It has to be, the tail has to be smaller than the head.
Okay.
Yeah. To get the action.
So now these baits, they're solid baits. These aren't like ABS.
The Pinky Deluxe, those are ABS.
Those are ABS.
Those are ABS.
Are they solid all the way through?
These are solid.
Okay.
I pour these in my silicone molds.
Okay.
Yeah. I use a kind of resin that I buy over here.
Okay.
It has the A and B liquid, and I pour them together, and I put a special powder in there to get the flotation that I want.
Okay.
If you don't put that powder in there, it won't float. It'll only sink. So
okay,
that powder is the magic, I think, of this bait. Yeah.
I'd say it'll either make it slow float or
you can adjust
sink
that.
or
you can
spin.
adjust it. Yeah. And also you have to make the wire harness inside the bait.
So that's poured into those baits then.
Yeah, this is the wire harness that I made. And this part is, actually made of the same material that I make the body of. I have 2 weights on there. This is around 3/8, and this is a little bit more lighter.
Is that lead then?
No, this is not lead yet.
Okay.
I'm going to make a silicone mold out of this and pour lead into it.
Okay. Okay.
This is the model where I put the weights on. Yeah.
So yeah, what you were asking, Gabe, the process is
it's pretty involved. It's
heck that what you just showed, the hangers and the lead, that's probably the most critical portion of all of this.
Actually, this comes from this.
Right.
A straight wire, and you have to bend it, and you put sleeves on there, to keep it tight. You have to bend all these, eyes and things. Yeah.
Now, once those go into production, are you bending and doing all that yourself?
Yes.
And
wow.
Folks wonder why they cost so much. Each one of those is hand built.
It is.
They're not just something that's been stamped and thrown through the.
No. What's the difficult thing is that, everybody, I even think, these handmade lures has to be expensive, right? Because you put so much time into it. But it's the same with these, Pinky Deluxe. It's an ABS lure, but at the factory, the only thing that the machine does is that, it injects the plastic to the molds, right? But all the other stuff has to be done, by people.
Right.
They glue them together, they sand it, they paint it, put it in a package, right? I think that's handmade too, but it's pretty difficult where to put the the difference between max production and a real handmade lure.
So this is quote unquote mass produced, the Pinky Deluxe.
Yes, it is. Yeah. That's the only difference you can put on there. Yeah.
I got you.
But
so start to finish to make one
Mhm.
of, what do we call it? The big one, or this big
one?
bait? No, this big bait.
Oh, this big bait. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
This big bait. What's start to finish production time for you to make that?
Now I got, I have all the molds ready, but I have to still, bend the wires for the wire harness inside and do all that. And let's see if I want to make 100 baits this month. It'll take a whole month to make 100 baits.
Okay.
So,
so that's a couple baits a day, essentially.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. I have to pour it, sand them down. And
you're painting all those yourself too.
I'm painting all those myself. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like other baits that we make over here, at my shop, there's a lot of baits that actually my wife helps me out with. Like the spinner baits that I sent you the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My wife actually bends the arms on those. They come in a straight arm.
Right.
And I paint the heads first, and I toss it to her, and she goes and marks all the arms where I want to bend them, and she bends them on the bender, and she puts all the blades in there. She ties the skirts on there, every single one hand tied. So there's a lot of portions that she can do when I'm building spinner baits, but on these big baits, there's not a single thing that she can do. So,
What's your wife's name?
Oh, she's Emmy.
Emmy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give her a shout out when I catch a fish on the spinnerbait.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I think she ties a spinnerbait skirt better than me right now.
Yeah.
If I give her, 500 heads to wrap a skirt on, tie skirts on, she'll have it done in about a day and a half. So she's pretty good at it right now. Yeah. The first time.
That's skirts and blades, or just skirts?
What was that?
That's skirts and blades, or just skirts?
Just skirts.
That's still moving.
Just yeah. The first time I teached her how to tie skirts on there, she was crying because I think I was saying saying strong things to her. Because I didn't know why she couldn't do it, but a couple months later I figured out if I can do it, it doesn't mean that she can do it, right?
Right.
Yeah, it takes some time. So yeah.
Yeah, we always forget that we've been practicing for a long time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's a question there. Can you read that?
Yeah.
I got a little tickle in my throat. I'll be right back.
You're good. How competitive is the swim bait market in Japan? Like, how hard is it to stay ahead of the other guys making extremely high quality baits, but in small amount? Any dead twitching baits coming? So that sounds like a two-part question. So how is the market in Japan for hand built swim baits?
There's a lot of people, are making, handmade swim baits right now.
Right.
And a lot of the people have, two jobs, right? They have their main job and they're doing the swim baits part-time, right? But I think there's a lot of guys that are really skilled in this kind of, process.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of, good looking baits over here in Japan, but they're really expensive. And most of the people are using, wood to make the swim baits.
Right.
I don't know why that is, but I feel more, confident using these, this kind of resin. I could make more baits, and, those guys who were making, baits out of wood, it looks like it's taken them a couple of months to make, a couple of baits. So yeah, they're really.
Well, it seems like your process is more consistent too, right?
Yeah.
Because wood could, even if it's from the same species of tree, it still could have a different density. It could have a different growth rate. Things like that could be different. So, granted, those baits were probably hand tested more and more each time, but you can be more consistent. You may not be able to charge as much as a hand carved wood bait, but you can keep producing the consistent bait that doesn't break the bank, if you will, in that market. So is there a lot of custom swim bait builders in Japan?
I think there is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I get a lot of contacts from them because they want to know, my secrets. And, there's sometimes that I want to know their secrets. So, we trade information a lot. Yeah. Gotcha. I think there's a lot of builders. Yeah.
And then
there's a lot of builders too.
The second part of that question, any dead twitching baits coming?
What's a dead twitching bait?
Maybe like a dead stick where you
like a
jerk bait?
Kind of like a jerk bait, but in a swim bait.
Actually, one of the
Lux is kind of like that.
One of the 10 baits that I told you I was thinking of. This is a jerk bait I was trying to.
Good
jerk bait.
Gosh,
it's big.
I like it.
Yeah, this is the pinky.
Okay.
And this is the jerk bait that I was thinking of. So,
holy cow! Jointed or
no? It's going to be
solid.
No, yeah.
That's cool.
This is the paper that I just glued on the side of it, and it just cut it out. So
that kind of shows us the process of
it is
block of wood, paper, and cut.
I just sand it down. Yeah. So I have to put the shoulders, the belly, and the face on there. So
wow.
Jeez. So that would be, instead of a 110, that would be like a
220,
a 540,
maybe 250.
50, yeah.
50, yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to make similar baits that other companies have. I want to go a different route. So that's why I think I'm getting so extreme about the baits. But you can't go too
crazy about it. So would something like that be an ABS with like a weight transfer system and all that?
No, I'm gonna do it with this material. Try this material. Yeah. Try it out with this. It costs so much for the molds for the the ABS plastic baits. So it cost me a fortune for the triple deluxe. This was the first bait that I mass produced.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember how much I paid at the cost when I finally paid for it, but I think I would been able to buy a house or something. Not a brand new house, but used. Yeah, it was pretty expensive. Yeah,
but you got it right.
Maybe buy 2 cars.
2 cars, yeah.
Maybe worth a brand new bass boat.
Yeah. Are there a lot of? We talked about this last time, but I forgot. Are there boat dealers, and is it easy to get a hold of a bass boat over there?
Yeah, we have a dealer over here in Japan. It's called SDG Marine. And they own a boat dealer in Japan right now. I think it was Texas Boat. I think they bought them out, and they're selling boats in the U.S. also. But they bring in Bass Cat, Vexus. I forgot the other boat.
Ranger?
No, not Ranger. Ranger's a different dealer over here. A Charger boat.
Charger. Okay.
Yeah, and oh gosh, I forgot that one more boat. The person who made
Camus.
Camus, yeah, they have Camus now too. So I think they're selling 4 different types of bass boats right now over here in Japan. SDG Marine. Yeah, I actually know the owner of the company. He's close friends with me, and he was asking me if I wanted to buy a bass boat, just give me a call. It's so expensive over here. I'm not going to be able to call them for a long time.
You have a Ranger, right?
I have a Ranger. I still have it, yeah. And I also have a small boat, a 13-foot. It's not an aluminum boat. It's a FRP 13-footer that I have. It has a 30 horse on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when it's been years ago, but I was looking at, and I think they came out of Japan, but they were like mini glass boats.
Uh-huh. I think that's the one I have.
Does it have a steering wheel?
Yeah. It doesn't have a steering wheel. It's a
tiller.
Yeah, it's a tiller.
Okay, so these were like a Ranger, dual console,
yeah,
dual steering wheel, but it was like 14 foot, had rod lockers, everything, but it looked like somebody took a Ranger and just shrunk it down.
Yeah.
Everything was glass on it though. Yeah. It was really a neat concept, but for us, building aluminum boats is a lot easier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and a heck of a lot cheaper than fiberglass. Yeah. So do you fish more out of your 13-footer or your Ranger?
And I do a lot of rent a boat fishing too.
Okay.
We go to the lake and they have a rent a boat system, and we rent a boat for about $30 for a day.
Okay.
And that lake is only for electric motors, so we put the electric motor on the front and we fish the whole day and come back. Yeah.
Now there's a Japanese angler that he posts pictures on Facebook all the time. I can't remember who it is, but he does that. There's
a lot of people who do that. Over here.
Yeah. He's an Elite Series guy though.
Oh, you mean Taku Ito?
No, is it Taku? No? Is it Daisuke?
Oh, Daisuke, yeah.
Am I saying that right?
He's the owner. Which Daisuke? There's two Daisukes. One of the Daisukes quit the Elite Series.
Okay. That may have been him then.
Daisuke, yeah. Actually, I have a not a funny story, but Daisuke, when he was in his teens, he was actually one of the anglers came to me as a fan asking me for signatures and stuff at the shows in Japan, and he turned into a monster.
Wow.
And he has his own brand right now. It's called D Style.
Yeah.
I've
heard of D Style.
Yeah, that's his brand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the paint schemes, Hill Brothers is saying he enjoys making lures, but his paintwork is pretty much old school patterns like the old Hedden and Pfluger scale, netting type look.
Yeah.
How does the process go in designing bait colors and stuff? Because that's just as important as the bait itself.
It's just it might be some kind of a sense you have inside of you. When I first started to paint, it was my first time to airbrush, and I went to a bait company. He told me if I wanted to paint some baits, come over to the factory and paint them yourself. And I went there, and that was my first time when I, airbrushed the bait. And even if it was my first time, he came up to me and said, "Is this your first time painting baits?" And said, "Yeah, I think you have some sense, it depends on that too, but it takes a lot of, you have to work on it a lot. I'm doing this for over 10 years now, so
yeah, I think a lot of painting and seeing colors and stuff like that is a gift. It's not something that I guess you can learn it, but I think having that eye for it where you can create something out of nothing and paint and draw and all of that. That's just.
I think it's same about singing too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, they're gifted. I watch a lot of those, audition, shows in the States.
Mm-hmm.
I like The Voice and American Idol, America's Got Talent, things like that.
Yeah.
I can't believe, when someone sings a song and it makes you cry. I think that's beautiful,
Yeah.
I can't sing worth nothing. So
I can't either. I can do some background, but it's way back. Are you saying
they turn you?
They turn my microphone off when I sing. Yeah.
But you do play music. You do have another talent. You play music.
Yeah, I can play music okay, but
Yeah. I saw some videos that you were teaching your daughter how to sing, do some stuff.
yeah, she started playing guitar. She's gotten into guitar.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's fun. It's fun teaching her songs and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's show off some of those paint jobs.
Yeah.
Later on, I'm gonna put you on the solo.
That's that trout.
This is a Japanese trout.
Wow. So describe some of the colors in that. I see like it's got the little.
This you started with a white base, and I have some gold pearl on the belly.
Yeah.
And I want the scales to pop out. So when you paint the gold pearl on there, I paint the back black. And after that, I paint the blue, the circles on there. And then I put some mesh scales on there, like, used for scooping bait fish. Use those nets.
Oh, yeah.
And then I paint silver on there, and I put the orange dots. And I actually have some black, spray paint, spit it all over the back. And
that looks really good.
And I paint the back black, and then I put pearl green, and I paint the logos, and I also, spit some watermelon color on the belly too. So I think this is kind of a 15 spray paint process.
Yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good.
And I have this, golden rainbow.
Yeah, that looks awesome. Because a real rainbow, especially in the wild, has that red.
Yeah. When they're in their kind of spawning kind of mode, they have that kind of color. This is the regular rainbow. It has a little bit more green tint to the bottom belly of it. This has a little bit more gold tint to it.
If you guys get a chance, watch this on your big screen TV.
Yeah,
because we're watching it over.
Yeah, we have a big screen right here, and then the laptop.
Yeah,
and you can really see the colors on the bigger TV, the bigger monitor.
This is a bluegill color, and I have a golden shad kind of.
My favorite one right there.
Yeah,
that one is.
Even this one, when I paint the scales, first I have a black in the background, and then I paint the scales silver, and then I put the brown. Clear brown over the back, and it makes this gold color.
That's awesome.
And I have this, this white, double white. I call it double white. It even has scales on there too. It's a two.
Yeah.
You
can see it when you tilt it.
Great.
Yeah. You have vanilla kind of white on the bottom, and you have a blue kind of white on the top.
Now, interchangeable tails on all those, correct?
No, they're all pinned with a toothpick.
Okay.
Yeah, so if someone wants to change their tail, they have to send it back to me, but I'll do it for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that bait that you just showed us, is that a slow sink? What's that going to do when you go to water?
It's a slow flow.
Okay.
Yeah. What's so difficult about this bait is that when I first tried to make this, like I told you, it's a 2-part resin, and you have to put that, magic powder in there to get that flotation right. And I really scale it on a, microscopic scale, how much powder you put on there. And even if you do that, 1 to 2 grams makes the real difference between it to float and sink. So what I do is, first, I make all the heads for the baits, and I get it to a point where, it comes up and down in around 1 to 2 milligram range. And then after that, I start making the, tails for it. And, it works out better that way. But every single time, before I put the bodies together, I have to, stick them together and put some weight on there to, adjust the paint and things. It's pretty difficult, time consuming. It's a good color.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah,
that's kind of like
what's that called?
I haven't named it yet.
Oh, you haven't named it? Okay.
That's similar to your Pinky Deluxe.
It is, yeah. It is, yeah.
The color, well, this one.
Oh yeah, it's called the Magma Lime Shad.
Okay.
It's similar to that. I like that color best, so I made it similar to that. I bought this hologram on Amazon, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but I tried it and it worked out. So, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
That detail on that, the Japanese trout color.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I love that one.
Yeah, that takes 15 to 16 steps to paint it. So
Crazy.
It looks really
so
good.
Crazy.
It looks really good.
Yeah, for that for that color only, it took a lot of time. And for the blue circles, the orange circles, you have to make a masking for it, and you have to put it on the bait every single time and peel it off and put it on and paint it again. So even the logos on the back, we have to mask that every single time. So it takes a lot of time.
So do you have one stencil then that you can use over and over and over again?
No. You have to peel it off every single time, and you have to change it.
Okay.
So I have a what do you call it? A prodder that cuts it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leo
Mm-hmm.
is asking where can we get these baits? I don't think we can get them here yet, can we?
No, I'm sorry.
No, we're just teasing everybody.
Yeah. I'm very sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah. Maybe I could, that person that, what was his name?
Leo.
The guy who's
Hog Farmer?
Oh, Hog Farmer. Yeah.
Yeah. Scott. Yeah. If we can work out a deal, I can have him at his shop, and maybe he can have him on his internet too. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good. I mean, that's definitely something to look into. That area down there. He's down in
Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah.
There's you got all those Tennessee River lakes down through there. That's a lot of people throw big glide baits and stuff down there in that area.
Well, it's kind of sweeping the nation too, right?
It's
with
slowly
Carl
gotten more popular.
And Brandon and a lot of the Elite Series guys throwing giant glide baits.
Yeah, they are.
And I think with MLF making their changes to their style next year, I think you're going to see a lot more big baits being thrown.
They're going to 5, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's going to change. That's going to change how they fish. I mean, it's not going to be about getting the bites anymore. It's going to be about getting the big bites.
Well, you're going to know if you're sitting at 16 pounds with 5 and somebody's got 20 pounds with 5, you're going to have to put your drop shot away and your little stuff
especially
away.
On day 4, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like day 1, day 2, we're in the game, we're in the hunt, but
there's an hour left in the tournament. You're going to pick up that and try to catch a big one, probably.
You that's the made for TV, I guess, on Sunday or the final day of the tournament. Yeah. You know where you stand at with 3 hours left in the day.
Yeah.
And you got to make something happen. You're 5 pounds behind, so I need a big bite.
That's the bait to throw.
Yes. Here's a question.
Oh, okay.
Darius wants to know how come Yamaha and Suzuki is having so much trouble getting their motors out the door from Japan? Any idea?
What do you mean?
We're having a shortage over here. It's probably every manufacturer. It's not just Yamaha and Suzuki, but I think everything is hard to get right now. But I know Yamaha's it's been really hard to get Yamaha stuff.
Okay.
I would say the big thing on that, Darius, is just you think about the motor industry in general. Yamaha's big, Suzuki's not so big here, at least. But Mercury is absolutely massive.
Yeah, it is.
Every boat has a Mercury on the back of it. That's kind of standard practice anymore. So there's more coming. There's more Mercuries being manufactured than they are the other 2 motors. But I think
don't you think it's the same problem they're having with the automobile?
For sure.
The shortage of the parts.
Yeah.
I think they use similar parts, so yeah. I have a Suzuki on mine, so.
You have a Suzuki?
I have a Suzuki. Yeah.
You have a 250 or?
I have a 200.
200?
Yeah, six. I think it's the 6-cylinder.
Okay.
Yeah, 4-stroke. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Tahatsus on our boats.
Yeah.
Tahatsu 99s.
Yeah.
It's a Nissan.
Yeah. I have a Tohatsu Merc on my,
Your little
FR,
boat.
but little boat. It's actually made by Tohatsu for Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 30 horsepower?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think anything under like
It's 30 horsepower.
is
I
it
thought
30 and under
made by
Yeah.
Merc is actually made by
is
Tahatsu.
all of their motors are made by Tohatsu.
It has so much of the leaking problem, the oil.
Really?
Yeah, mine leaks so much oil.
Huh.
I don't know what everybody's saying that over here.
Is it a 4-stroke?
It's a 4-stroke, yeah.
Okay.
It's a 4-stroke, yeah.
We haven't. I'm with our 99s. I haven't had any problem. with mine.
What year is your motor? The 30 horsepower.
It's pretty old. It's in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ours are fairly new.
Yeah.
Mine's
Oh,
a
it is?
2019, I think, and yours
2020, I think.
2020.
Oh, okay.
So far, so good on those.
Yeah.
Suzuki's starting to get popular, though. I know that's
Especially in the ocean, right?
What's that?
Especially in the ocean.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I see a lot of boats, on YouTube on Florida, and videos in Hawaii. Commercial fishermen are using a lot of Suzukis. Yeah,
I think it's just the longevity of them. I mean,
it is.
when they're pushing 2,000 hours on a motor. And
Actually, my boat, my engine already has over 2,000 hours on it.
wow.
And I haven't had a single problem on it.
Wow.
Yep. I've heard stories about guys that fish below dams that fish for big catfish, and they're always idling. They got to leave their motor on all the time. A lot of them go to Suzuki's because they're just so dependable. It's a really good motor.
Yeah.
See a lot of pontoon boats like Lake of the Ozarks.
Well, a lot of the rental boats that are going to get beat up. And,
they put a Suzuki on them.
Yep. Yeah. They're kind of a bulletproof motor.
Yeah.
And they're really good for the Tahatsu and the Suzuki. They have some mods you can make in the smaller motors that get you a little bit more top end.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything that you're talking about.
Talking about.
It's a public forum.
Yeah, Russ says when he sings, it's so bad that it makes you cry.
Yeah.
I feel your pain, Russ. I feel your pain.
It's so weird.
I can make dogs howl with my singing.
Oh yeah. It's so weird. I could sing a little bit in Japanese, but I can't sing a single thing in English.
I can't sing in Japanese, but I can sing in English. That's the same thing, right?
It's so weird. So weird.
What's your hat say? Andy wants to know.
Oh, this says Dream Express Lures in Japanese.
Okay, let me solo in on it. We'll get a good look at it. That's
says,
Dream Express Lures in Japanese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Like I told you the last time, there's 3 different ways to write Japanese. I think this is a newer version, the way to write Japanese. It's closer to English, if you want to say. Yeah, it's the way the Japanese want to express English in Japanese.
Okay.
They call it katakana.
Katakana.
Katakana. You have kanji is the most difficult. It's like the Chinese language, right? Chinese writing is the kanji, and you have the hiragana, and you have the katakana. So you have 3 different ways to write Japanese over here. So it's pretty difficult.
Yeah. So I couldn't imagine. How do you? Is it certain areas of the island use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the way you use it. Yeah.
I was actually Jim made a comment here, and I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, I could make a business out of selling Jun swimbaits over here in the States.
Dream Express Lures, middleman.
Yeah, Dream Express.
I don't think I have
Lures
enough time,
America.
Jim. It sounds like a great idea. It's going to happen eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's making good stuff. People are going to find out about it.
Well, Leo and Ronald have a similar question here. Do you take custom orders from customers? And I would say,
if you, I hope you can see this. Wait a minute.
We're gonna get a Japanese lesson.
yep, language
lesson.
Language. Was that language arts?
Yeah.
I hope it's correct.
Well, if it's in Japanese, we'll never know.
Oh. The first two, this is hiragana. And yeah, hiragana, the way to write it. And this word in the back, this is katakana. It's the same as this. So, you have to use it in a different way like this.
And that's a newer, the
katakana is newer, yeah. Okay. It's the way the Japanese express a lot more in English. Yeah.
So how new is newer?
I can't tell you how new it is, but it's I think it's after the war over. Okay. So it's pretty new, yeah.
Okay.
That's why, if you write this big bait's name in the normal way, it's going to be like this. But I changed all the letters into, katakana.
Yeah.
So it looks like a logo.
Yeah, it does. I see what you're saying now. You can really tell there.
But it's the same meaning. Yeah.
Huh.
It's pretty weird.
How many folks in Japan are fluent in English like you are?
I don't want to say I'm fluent in English because
I
still think about, while we're speaking, I'm still thinking in Japanese. It's so weird.
You do a really great job of speaking.
I don't think there's so many people that, especially in the bass fishing industry, there's not a lot of people who speak, good English. So, actually what I want to do right now is, because of this, COVID thing is, settling down right now. I want to actually take my baits to the States and, introduce them to, the shops directly. I want to go to the store and, tell them about all my baits and have the stores, hold my bait, sell my baits over there. That's what I'm going to do right now. I got to get the correct timing to go over there. Actually, I want to go to the stores that, Mikey, always, introduced on his videos.
Mm-hmm.
Those small stores.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go to the, real big retailers. I want to go to small mom and pop stores. Yeah.
Those are going by the wayside. Gabe and I had discussed it a couple months ago. It's like, I would love to open a tackle shop.
Yeah.
In our town. We're not by any major lake. That would be tough.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the online presence, the Baitworks, the Omnias, the tackle warehouses, the Bass Pro shops. I mean, it's hard to compete with that online presence when you can have a bait here or a bag of baits here in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a big enough community or be around a big enough body of water that's kind of a destination type place that has a really big fishing scene to have a local bait shop. And then that allows you to stock more inventory because you're going to have enough people coming in and buying it. The problem with having a mom and pop store that's not next to a body of water that's getting a lot of traffic is you're going to get caught up in overhead. You want to buy the stuff, but you can't sell it, and you're going to get stuck with it, and then you're not going to be able to stay in business.
And then you're not going to have, that one guy comes in and he wants an oddball Dream Express, swim bait. It's like, I can't stock, 30 colors and 20 different baits of that. So,
actually, I have a funny story. A couple months ago, I can't say the company name, but I had a company in the States actually contact me, and they wanted me to design a bait for them. And I asked them why. They wanted that made in Japan theme, JDM theme. Mm-hmm. And that's why they were asking me to design the bait, make it move, get the correct action. And they wanted me to actually paint the baits, the samples. They wanted me to paint it. They wanted me to do the whole work, actually name the bait. And they, gave me a proposal of the amount of money that they were going to pay me. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it, because it's better off me making my own bait and selling myself. I can make that money in a whole month. So it wasn't worth it. So
yeah,
I actually, declined that. So
wow,
it was
they just wanted to be able to say that it was actually made in Japan.
And I got to tell you, it was a pretty big company.
Oh.
It was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
They found out somewhere that I could speak English, so I think that's why they contacted me. So,
yeah.
Does that happen often?
No. It was the first time. It was the first time. Yeah.
Andy's got a great idea.
Yeah, Andy says you need to pack up your stuff and come to the East Tennessee Fishing Show in January.
Oh, they have a fishing show in January.
Yeah, they have several of them in this area. January and February are the big fishing show seasons.
I got to memo that down.
The East Tennessee Fishing Show is
pretty big.
Probably the next biggest thing to the Classic.
Oh, it is?
Yes. Have you ever been to the Classic?
No, I never did.
Oh, man.
Watching that live stream, jeez.
I've been twice. I went to the 49th and the 50th. So I was at the last one that before the big switch when everybody went to MLF.
Oh, okay.
And then I was at number 50.
Okay.
And both of them were. It's crazy.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
It's a bass fisherman's dream. I mean, because it's not boat manufacturers from the saltwater. It's not saltwater guys coming in, fish showing you saltwater baits. It is 100%
bass fishing,
round bass fishing.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, in Japan next year they're going to have all the fishing shows over here, so it might pick up. The fishing industry might pick up a little bit more better over here.
The next comment's going to be that we need to pack up our stuff and go to Japan.
I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah, you should come to Japan. I'll take you fishing anywhere.
Yeah. It'll happen. That sounds like a. How much is a plane ticket to Japan?
I don't know.
Or to the U.S. It's got to be $1,000.
I think it's more cheaper than come from the States.
I'm gonna Google it.
You need to go to the States and come back to Japan. It's more cheaper for you guys.
Oh, it's cheaper to fly from the United States to Japan?
Then go back to the States. Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Yeah. It's more expensive for me to go to the travel to the States and come back. Yeah. I think it's twice as much, maybe.
Huh.
Yeah. It's pretty expensive.
$2,000?
Yeah.
From the States?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's going to cost.
Is that round trip or just one way?
That should be a round trip.
I don't know. I've never flown international, so
it's a long flight.
It is a long flight.
Okay, that's round trip.
Yeah.
$2,300, $2,300.
It's gonna be twice as that if I go to the States.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's only a 20-hour flight. Like,
is it 20 hours? Well, there's like
stops,
time change in there
too. There's stops.
Wow. It's going to be around
flight, 29
hours. 13, 14 hours to California. And then,
for you?
No. Oh, yeah. For me, yeah.
So it's 4.5, 5 to California for us.
Yeah. So it's going to be around 6, maybe. Yeah. Around the 20-hour range. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. They'd have to give me 3 packs of peanuts on the plane. I'm starving.
Enough.
Would it be worth it to fly first class at that point? Like,
it might be. If it was just
if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I'm gonna fly first class.
Yeah.
Economy, jeez. Yeah.
How much is gasoline over there?
It's about the same in the States right now.
Okay.
A liter for what do you say for your gas? The high premium gas over there is, what do you call it over there?
91
premium.
octane premium.
Yeah.
Premium. 93, 91.
Or over here, I think it's around 180 yen. So what's a dollar right now?
I'm converting.
I think it's about the same over there in the States.
180 yen is $1.31 here.
That $1.31?
Yeah.
I think, isn't that $1 for $1? Is it 180 yen?
180 yen is a 130 or $1.31 here.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
So that's pretty cheap there. I think it's 130 yen for $1, isn't it?
Well, that's where it says here, but yeah. 136.88 yen
for $1.
for $1.
$1.
For
Okay.
$1.
It's going to be around what? $2 for 1 liter.
For a liter.
Yeah. So you guys put a gallon, right? So
Yeah.
that's 3.7 liters.
Yeah, so that's
About the same.
It's quite a bit higher over there than.
Yeah. But still,
our gas is like right here up the street in our hometown. It is $2.96 per gallon.
Okay.
Today.
So that's not so expensive.
No, it's
Well,
dropped quite a bit in the last 2 months.
You say that, so I don't know. Have you went north or south lately? So 30 miles to our north, it was $2.75.
Oh,
St. Louis is even cheaper, isn't it?
Matthews down by the truck stops was $2.71 3 weeks ago. When we were still we were like $3.20, $3.30 a gallon. So our gas prices fluctuate, and I don't understand like our bubble of where we live at in Cape. Yeah. It kind of holds higher gas prices here. Yeah. So
here's a good question. I was going to ask this. What new baits are becoming popular over there, swimbait wise? Anything different than what we've seen so far?
I think you have most of the baits, that we have over here in Japan, because of, like I told you, how bad the, fishing industry is over here in Japan. A lot of the companies aren't coming out with new products right now, so I don't see any kind of new baits, this coming year. Maybe, when the fishing show is a little bit more closer, they might be, telling a lot more about new baits, but right now there's not a lot of baits coming out. Yeah.
That's a good idea, Tom.
Tom.
Baitworks. Baitworks is a company out of Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I just started working with them, and they're a growing company. So you've got Table Rock Lake.
Okay.
You have Lake of the Ozarks, not too far away. You have Bull Shoals. You have some pretty big lakes down there. There's a lot of glide bait fishing going on.
Well, that's where
that area.
So that area is where Dion Hibden is.
Yeah.
He's Lake of the Ozarks is Dion Hibden.
That's the White River, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Lake of the Ozarks is the Osage River, but Table Rock is the White River. Yes.
Yeah.
Beaver, all that.
I've been there a couple of times when I work with the company that I work with Ranger. So. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and that's another thing we didn't even talk about is you've had a significant amount of time in the States before you moved to Japan.
Yeah, I lived in the States until I graduated junior high school.
Okay.
I lived in, first when I went to the States, I lived in Maryland. And I think I stayed there for a year or so. My dad was in the military, so he was stationed all over the place.
Right.
And after Maryland, we went to Washington, D.C. Is that Maryland? Mm-hmm. It's not, right?
It's close.
Yeah. We moved to Washington, D.C. And then after that, I think we moved to Washington State. And we went to Tennessee. And last we ended up in California.
Okay.
Yeah. I still remember the different accents in different states.
Yep.
The accents in Tennessee were, mind-boggling.
So that's my wife. My wife is in Tennessee, but she's got a small Southern drawl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe because I was in all in those states when I was really young, and I experienced all those accents. That's why when I go to the States right now, everybody could understand my English. They say it's in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it would be weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, June. If you had a big Southern drawl.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I do have a different accent when I go, to different parts of Japan.
Uh-huh.
They have different accents over here too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually born in southern part of Japan, and in the place they call Kyushu, and they have a really different, accent. So if I go to meet my parents down there, if I stay there for a couple of days, I automatically switch to the accent down there. So it's pretty weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. It depends on who you're around. Your accent kind of changes based on who your company is.
Yeah.
I like that Ideal Hill Brothers. He said, I wish they could count on the weather enough to hold a Bassmaster Classic on Lake St. Clair. That would be a fun classic.
That'd be fun. Yeah. That'd be awesome. All those big smallmouths. I was so glad this year that Larry Nixon came back to the Elite Series last year.
I'm excited about that. That's going to be awesome.
Why? Because of that. I fished with Larry when he was over here in Japan. I fished him for, I think, a day and a half.
Yeah.
On Lake Biwa. He was actually with Fenwick at that time, sponsored by Fenwick. And I was with the Fenwick team at that time too. And we fished on the lake for a day and a half. It was real fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see him coming back.
Yeah.
I like to see the legends coming back. It's good
awesome.
to see. Tom says sponsors June's ticket from the US. Everybody's trying to get you here.
When's the last time you've been in the States?
Oh, long time ago. I can't even remember. I think it was one of the ICAST shows, 2009 or something.
Okay.
I was actually supported by IMA Baits, and I went to the Las Vegas show.
So were you representing IMA or were you representing Dream Express at the time?
I didn't have Dream Express at the time.
Okay.
I started at 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, right after I quit IMA. So, yeah, I was working with the IMA guys over there. Yeah.
Yeah, you could bring over
1,000 baits, and
whatever you could fit in your
suitcase,
your luggage, and sell it. There's no doubt about that. Your products are great, and there's definitely a demand over here. It's just being able to get over here.
Well, I think a lot of it's that, you put the JDM on it, and that just exponentially creates a buzz around you.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we've never seen before. Fishermen over here are just absolutely crazy. They're willing to buy anything. I mean, if you tell them it's going to catch a bass, they want to be on the front end of something.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama rigs were going for over $100 here when they first came out.
Last time when we went live, did I show you my Alabama rig?
Show it to us. I can't remember.
It's in a box like this. It's called Treasure Trap.
Yes, he did show us that. I don't.
Did I show you?
Yeah, I think we did, but I forgot. Show it again.
Refresh.
It's a small, compact. If this is my hand, it's not so big.
Okay.
Keep in mind, June's 6'4", guys. He's
no 6'2".
6'2". I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not so big. It's pretty compact, small.
What are the arms made out of? The wire?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I solder every single one of them, together. This also comes in a straight wire, so we have to bend the arms and everything.
Okay.
Put the blades on there. Yeah.
Do you have any restrictions on how many baits you can throw in Japan?
Actually, we don't. But in the the big tournaments that we have over here, the official tournaments, the Pro Series, we have over here in Japan, we only could use one bait on there. So all the other arms have to come with blades. You can't have a hook, or you can't even have a bait on there. You have to have it only in the middle. So
that's like a Minnesota rig. That's the way it is in Minnesota.
Yeah.
We can have 3 baits in Missouri,
Mhm.
2 baits in Illinois, most places in Illinois, but there are some lakes in Illinois that you can
There are
have
private
5.
lakes that you can have 5.
5, yeah.
Well, you know, were you and I talking about that? What's the max at Egypt?
I don't know. Ron would know.
Ron,
I don't know if
I
there
know
is a
he's on
max.
here. What's the max at Egypt? On
Could you
baits
put
and
2
hooks?
A-rigs together and have a,
chandelier?
you know, it'd be 9, I guess. I'm sure
Uncle
you
Ron.
could. Uncle Ron.
Uncle
That's
Ron.
Uncle Ron, yeah.
Gary says June's English is really good, and
Thank
we
you.
both tend to agree.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are there any new techniques in Japan that have been kind of under the radar, like over the last year or so? Or anything you know about that's coming or being developed?
I think, you know, Takuhito.
Yeah.
The guy who's in the Elite Series this year. I think he's in there two years in a row right now.
Yep.
I think he's in what, Angler of the Year, what, 5th or something. I think he's using a lot of, you know, secret Japanese techniques, but he's not showing it. He's not even showing it on the live. I don't know how he's not showing it, but he's keeping it a secret. You know, when he's using spinning tackle and he's using some kind of a soft jerk bait with a jig head on it. I think when you see the live, he's actually, you know, constantly twitching his rod real slow. What he's actually doing is that he's actually having that bait, you know, hover over the bottom real slow, rolling side to side like this, imitating a bait fish. And it's really hard to do, but it's really effective on those suspended fish. When I watch the live, he's catching a lot of fish on that. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Hover throwing, yeah.
So, who was it that was using like squid oil or something like that?
Oh, that's
Was that Taco?
that was him, yeah.
Okay.
That was him, yeah. Yeah. I think that same kind of formula is inside the K-Tech stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah, the shrimp.
Yeah, the shrimp stuff, yeah.
Chris was saying why shrimp since so popular in Japan.
I don't think anybody's noticing, but the formula they put in the bass type, the K-Tech, you know, shad tails, the ones they use for the bass and the ones they have for the ocean, they have different formulas in there. I think the ones they use for the bass are shrimp, and the ones they use for the saltwater are squid.
Really?
Yeah. I think they have both types at the tackle warehouse. You got to look into that. But they're completely different colors, so I don't know if you can use them for bass or not, but yeah. I heard that in UK, the people who fish over there like the squid formula better than the shrimp formula. So they're separating that for the UK and the US. So, yeah.
I don't know. What's your thought on scent? Do you think scent matters on something that's moving like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think shrimp or squid is going to make that big of a difference, either one. I wouldn't think.
Yeah, but if he's throwing that so slow, like if it's just
what, like a glide bait or jerk bait?
Oh,
the
hover shad. Yeah, like if it's going that slow,
it could maybe.
Like it's got to leave some sort of scent trail or something.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I know. I just don't know that squid versus shrimp would make that big of a difference. But I don't know.
Well, so their senses are like their sense of smell to be able to detect that's probably greater than ours.
Oh yeah.
Like if your neighbor down the street's barbecuing and it's blowing this way, you're gonna smell it.
Yeah.
And now you got something that's tasty swimming by.
Yeah, but I'm not. If it's a hamburger or a bratwurst, I'm still gonna.
You're still going to go check it out.
Eat it, you know? I'm still going to smell the barbecue regardless. So.
It might be, it might depend on, when a bass first bites your bait, and if he's going to bite it the second time or he's going to go deeper.
Yeah.
It might, it might depend on the taste or the smell.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like the power bait mentality, right?
Yeah.
Like max scent, they're going to hold on longer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something about that max scent, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's good stuff. It works.
Yeah. And then the bait fuel.
Yeah. Well, I think when you're moving something really slow, Well, what June just said about a swim bait, it's real common for them to grab it and then let it go, and then to grab it and let it go.
Yeah.
So that does kind of make sense. I know when you're moving something really slow, I'm 100% believer in scent.
Yeah.
But something fast like a crankbait, it's more of a reaction strike. But a swim bait like a K-Tech is kind of it's a moving bait, but it's a slower moving bait, and they have a tendency to grab it and kind of let it go. So
well, even on the underspin, like the
underspin,
what June's creating right now. How many times have you had them like crush that bait and not get hooked? I mean, they're coming up killing it or trying to get it to slow down.
So I should have had squid scent on instead of
squid or shrimp or
bait fuel.
Bait fuel.
Yeah.
Do you have any bait fuel?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I've seen it make a difference.
I have to.
I've seen it make a difference. Yeah.
I don't know if they know about it yet or not, but I don't see anybody using it over here in Japan right now.
Really?
Yeah. No.
I'm with Gabe. I've definitely seen it like almost instantaneous make a difference.
Oh yeah, it should make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Hammy says, dip your lure in hot and spicy juice.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Did we miss any questions here?
Hellebass says just go to all the shows and you'll sell out immediately.
Yeah, you will.
You pay for that plane ticket a couple times.
You can actually sell your stuff at the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you'd meet a lot of vendors too, probably that would be interested in carrying your stuff.
So we talked about the bullshit earlier. At the Classic, I remember seeing Mike Buka there, and he had just cases of bullshads, and they were just flying out the door.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Those are the handmade ones, right?
Hmm?
Yeah. The ones that the different company has a different lineup right now.
The
ABS ones.
Yeah, the Chad.
Yeah. I think it was a Catchco or something. The company who's doing it right now.
Bro,
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Somebody chimed in on the Chad a while ago.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think it's Spro.
That's a different one.
KG.
They did a
KGB.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spro, KGB.
They're doing the hybrid thing, compilation.
Yeah, they did the collab
where it's cheaper. It's like $60 instead of $200. So,
wasn't the bullshad the first ones to use that kind of material on their tail?
I don't know on that one. I would assume so because that's the only ones that I've seen it on. Yeah. I don't have any bullshads, so
I have a couple. Yeah, it was hard to get that at times. So, yeah, I tried to fit something in this tail like the bullshad, but I couldn't get the material right. So I just gave up on that.
Yeah. Hammy says the little bullshads are Catchco.
Oh, okay.
Mini bullshad.
Yeah.
Yeah. South Jersey says we need to get you on Swimbait Universe.
Oh, Swimbait Universe. I heard about them. Yeah. The Swimbait community.
Yeah.
Is really difficult place for me to step into.
So
because it feels like they have a big wall.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that for you?
I don't know. They accept certain companies, but there's certain companies that they don't accept in their community.
Okay.
I just feel uncomfortable, Really? But if they accept me, I might feel comfortable. Yeah. Huh. They have a good, strong community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was perusing your Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
Is that topwater bait? Is that something that you created?
Oh yeah.
Is it the crawler bait?
No. Oh, the crawler bait. That's a company I did a collab with.
Okay.
They're a really famous crawl company, crawl bait handmade company over here in Japan.
Okay.
They're called Monka Lures.
Okay. That thing looked bad to the bone. Like,
Oh, you want me to get it?
yes,
Let's
heck
check it
yeah.
out. Appreciate everybody hanging out here with us tonight. We're just freestyling. We're just having a good time. I love looking at all these interesting baits.
Oh, well, you know what the
You
bad
can't buy
part
Visit
is though,
Academy.
that we can't just go. We can't buy them anywhere.
No, you can't buy them anywhere. You can only
This is
look for window shopping.
This is the crawler bait.
Holy
Yeah,
cow!
the thing's big too. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Pinkies like it. Yeah. I think this material's the same as that we're using right now.
Okay.
And they have a prop on the back.
Is that did I see one of them was jointed?
That's the one I had, yeah.
Okay.
I did a collab with this one. Yeah, the single, the solid body. What we actually did is that he sent me 10 bodies, and I painted his bodies as my style.
Okay.
So I painted these rainbow trout, and the other ones I painted like a bluegill color. And I send him my triple deluxe, 10 bodies of those, and he painted the triple deluxe the way he paints, his lures. So it was pretty neat. Yeah.
How does that bait cast?
It casts pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
Those
tumble.
fold in, don't they?
What is it?
The wings fold in.
Yeah, it's like this.
Okay.
It's like a crawler bait. I think it goes like this. Yeah.
Wow. Have you caught any on that?
No, not yet. But the action to it is, it's insane.
It is. It looks crazy.
Yeah.
Looks like a little airplane flying around.
I think this originally came from musky baits. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Hill Brothers was saying. Musky bait.
Yeah, musky baits. Yeah. They call them, I think, in the musky world, they call them creepers.
Okay.
Yeah, not crawlers. They call
It's
them.
Kind of like the what was it? The jitterbug.
Not the jitterbug. The hidden. Oh, I forgot the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have ones like this.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called.
Is it not jitterbug?
No, jitterbug has the lip on the front, has a big cup metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what it was. Jeez.
Somebody will get it here.
Yeah. Well, these
Mike wants to see the spinner bait. Do you have any spinner baits?
Let me get one.
Okay.
Let me get one.
Crazy crawler.
Yeah.
I personally have some of the spinner baits, Big Mike, and I like them quite a bit. I'm going to be breaking those out here really soon. Yeah, there it is. Crazy crawler. You're right.
So SF Outdoors in Arkansas. He could fly that bait over here and save him 20.
It's big enough, isn't it? Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Japan. Like,
No, everything's smaller in Japan.
it is. It's usually smaller or bigger. It seems like.
except for June stuff, and all the thing that June makes is big.
Yeah, except for the
This is the
7-inch jerk bait. Okay, let me.
Keep in mind, these are, and I can't say for certain, but inspired by Gabe here.
Yeah. On the ones I sent to Gabe, I put a big, Colorado on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the ones that we original sell. They have double willows.
Yeah.
That head design comes through grass really good too.
Yeah.
By
And
the
I
way.
thought, watching Gabe's videos, I thought, send him some with the big Colorados on there. And you caught some good fish with them. So
Yeah, I did. I had a couple good days on them. It's getting ready to happen again here before too long.
I gotta send you some new ones, huh?
I'm always open for new baits.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get an underspin or two when you get it dialed in.
You're gonna have to increase the room at the new house, bud.
I'll have a Dream Express room just for
that's
Dream
nice.
Express stuff.
That's nice. I gotta fill it up right.
Yeah, Mega Bass has a bait with the metal wings like that as well.
Yeah, they do. There's a lot of companies over here. It was
Molix.
a couple of years. It was a pretty hot theme over here in the fishing industry. These kind of baits with the wings on it. I think every company came out with one. I have an idea in my head of designing a bait like this, but you have to make the components. So making the wings, is pretty hard. So I got to work with that.
Yeah, that's not something that you can just.
No,
get
I
on
can't.
Amazon.
I can't do those handmade.
Right.
I got to have some factory or something. Laser cut the wings out.
Stamp them.
Yeah. The stamps, I think I can do by myself, but the cutout, I have to have somebody do it for me. So, yeah.
Do you this is totally off the subject, but
okay.
Live scope. Is live scope popular over there, or forward facing sonar?
It's popular over here.
Okay.
But I'm super old school. So I don't have anything close to live scope on my boat right now. No. I don't even have side scan.
Really?
Yeah. I'm really old school.
You are really old school. That's cool though.
Yeah. If I go to a reservoir, or what do you call those lakes in the hills? They have the dams.
Island reservoir?
Yeah, reservoirs. If I go to a lake like that, I try to read the banks, instead of using my graphs. And that helps me, pattern the fish a lot more better for me. So actually on my small boat, I don't have a graph on there. I keep it without the graph. So yeah, on my boat, I have on Lake Biwa, I have, I think 4 Lowrances on there, but I don't have a single side scan on there.
Wow.
Weird. But
which are you running?
They're old. They're the what was that? LC something, or no, not the LC.
They're not even HDS.
Oh, they're the HDS. I'm sorry. Yeah. They're not the live. They're the HDS.
Are they touchscreen?
They're touchscreen, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. They're all, yeah. They stop there.
Okay. So probably Gen 2 or Gen 3.
So you have the capability of side scan.
Yeah. I could put the side scan on there. I never did. Yeah, I never did. We have so much grass over here that
it only took an hour and 52 minutes to get a Randy Blockett comment, but we got a Randy Blockett comment.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He's real anti live scope and anti technology. So
yeah.
Do you have a lot of grass over there? You said.
I have a lot of grass, and I don't think the grass helps when you side scan. It's pretty difficult, when the grass is really high.
Yeah, right.
And I had a couple of friends, try it in a thick grass, and I didn't think it was, working out so much. So I never had the sense of humor to put the live, side scan on my grass. So yeah, I just have the down scan. But I use the down scan. I think the down scan is really good.
Yeah.
Right. Not the sonar, the down scan. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. It's really good.
The Lowrance has a transducer called the LSM something. It's a transducer, but it looks like a regular transducer, but it actually has a down scan performance on it.
That's what you have.
Yeah.
Mine
has 2D and down scan.
Yeah. I think I know my dad's got one. It's an HDI, I believe.
Oh yeah, HDI. Yeah, HDI. Yeah. No one over here in Japan knew about that transducer.
Really?
And everybody was using the side scan for Lowrance. And when you get on plane, you can't use the down scan, right? Because it won't come in. And I had some of the friends who were guiding on Lake Biwa on my boat, and they were asking me, why does your boat have down scan when you're on plane? So they couldn't figure it out, and I just told them, you have a transducer like this, and if you put this on, you can have down scan when you're on plane.
Yeah, it depends on where the transducers are mounted. A lot of the side scan transducers are bigger, and they're mounted up underneath the boat. So when you get up on pad, that's
it's out of the water, right? It's on that setback.
It's on that setback, right?
Of the boat.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that people don't know over here in Japan. Yeah. Even that, Minn Kota, when you first put a Minn Kota Ultrex on, you have to, calibrate that trolling motor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Until I did it, no one knew about it.
Really?
So about 3 to 4 years, everybody was using their Ultrex without doing that. And everybody was having a lot of problems. It was really weird.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't really know that. I think the first time I took mine out, I didn't realize that. And maybe, did you have yours before me? I think I made a phone call and called you, and you told me what to do.
Yep.
It's really simple, though.
Does it cause any problems if you don't
Well,
do
you
that?
just don't. You just can't get your spot lock.
You can get it, but it's not as accurate.
It's not as accurate.
It's not as your spot lock isn't as tight.
Okay.
The other thing for us, because we have our Ultrex on our small boats, our 16-foot aluminum boats. There's a setting on your remote that you can turn the boat scale down, which is the boat weight.
Okay.
So what happens is, if you have your boat scale on, say, 0, I don't know what the weight ratio is for that, but on a little light boat like that, if it's in the wind, it wants to like keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You turn your boat scale down to a negative. I think it's a -2 or -3, and it doesn't adjust as hard. Like the thrust won't shoot you left and right. It just kind of slowly centers you out. So
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that one I found out. I had to find out the hard way because it was almost unusable in my boat. Like you put spot lock on and it'd blow you a little bit, and you'd almost fall the boat. You'd jerk you back.
Yeah.
Back the other way.
If it's let's say +2 is set for a 21-foot fiberglass boat, and -2 would be for a 14-foot John boat, aluminum.
Yeah.
So if you're in a 14-foot aluminum John boat and you have it set on +2, when it tries to correct it will almost throw you out of the boat.
Okay. You get that.
Yeah. So one's for a heavy boat and one's for a lighter boat, and you kind of just make that adjustment. I did that too. I think, what's yours on, like 0?
Mine's on -2.
Yeah, I think mine's on -2.
I went all the way to the lowest setting just so it smooths out.
You only could do that on your remote?
You can only do it on the actual factory remote.
Okay.
You can't do it on I have the app on my phone, and you cannot do it on that.
Do it on that?
Not that I'm aware of. Now, I use the app on my phone all the time, though.
Okay.
For my Ultrex.
Okay.
So
I got to do a Japanese speaking video of that. I don't think nobody knows about that. And a lot of people are having problems,
Yeah.
They were saying
it makes a big difference.
Yeah, they were throwing off their boats.
Really?
Yeah. There was a person the lake that I went to last week, they use the small rental boats, and they have those, Ultrex spot lock electric motors on the front end, right? And that's the only thing that they can use. And they have it on spot lock. And one guy was thrown out of the boat because it was trying to correct.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get on the remote, it's in. I can't. If I'll check it out tomorrow when I get home. I'll check it out and I'll send you a DM like where the settings are at.
Yeah, thank you.
Here's a question for you, June. Any collabs coming in the future? Have you ever heard of Swimbaits or Lawless Lures?
No. Is it a Japanese company?
I don't know. I haven't heard of them.
I may have heard of Swimbaits, but Lawless Baits, no, I never heard of.
He's got another question too. Let's see here. Why do Japanese anglers tinker with their baits so much? Is it a confidence thing, or do they believe their baits work better tuned or don't come out of the box ready to work?
Actually, that's how I started to, thinking about, making lures. I started to think, if I tune this lure with a smaller lip, cut the lip in half or, whatever, and see the changes that lure had, and maybe I could make a lure similar to that action. That's how I got into, designing lures and things like that. Well, actually, I started, repainting lures. Yeah. I think a lot of people do that.
Hammy says fishing pressure too.
Yeah, fishing pressure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, I made talked about this on the last live. On our spinning tackle, the line that we spool up, the smallmouth that we fish over here in Japan, we go to 3-pound tusk line.
3?
Yeah.
He said 3.
And that's not in braided line.
3.
That's fluorocarbon 3-pound line.
Wow. That's what we use for trout with a fly rod, 3-pound test. That's
we go smallmouth with that.
Could you imagine like tying a jerkbait on with 3-pound test and trying to cast it?
Go a mile.
I'd snap it off immediately.
Yeah, well, you'd have to, you could cast it a mile.
Oh, for sure. David, I'll address this one real quick. It's not on the iPilot. I don't know about the iPilot remote. It is on the basic remote because that's all that I have is the basic remote. So it is on there under. Again, I'll shoot that out and keep everybody posted on that.
South Jersey says those swim bait companies are from Japan.
Okay, I'll look in those. Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You guys use a lot of braided line on your spinning tackle, right?
Yes.
What kind of braid? Not the companies, but what types do you use? What I mean by what type is
like the 8-strand versus 5.
Yeah.
I've been using. I've got some 4-strand. Power Pro. I use a lot of Power Pro. I know you said not a brand, but whatever their basic standard, braid is, and then they make a slick, like a slick coat that I've been using too. It's just like the Super Slick 8, so that would be an 8-strand.
Okay.
But I have used like the 4. I think Power Pro makes a Max Quattro.
Which one do you prefer?
Just the basic Power Pro. Well, it depends.
So on spinning tackle, I personally like slick.
I like the slick on spinning tackle, but on punching and stuff, I don't like the slick. Like the heavy 55, 65-pound braid or 50, 65-pound braid. I like the regular braid Power Pro. So with spinning, I like the slick stuff.
So you use the 8-string.
Yeah, or Berkeley makes a nanofil braid. I guess it's I don't know the material it's made out of, but I've used the Berkeley nanofil quite a bit, and I like that a lot. It's kind of coated.
Yeah.
So Power Pro Spectra.
Yeah.
What I think about braided line for spinning tackle and bait tackle is the 8-string and the 4-string. The 4-string has a little bit more rougher texture to it when you feel it between your fingers, and I think that helps with your spinning tackle when you're fishing in grass. It helps you to cut grass a lot more better. But if you use that 4-string in wood or bushes and trees and things, it actually cuts into the trees, so you'll get stuck more. So if you're fishing in trees, bushes, the woody stuff, you go to the 8-string, so you won't get stuck in the tree so much.
That makes sense. It's going to be more round.
Yeah, it's more smoother, and it's the same way if you go into bait tackle. And like you said, if you're doing punching kind of techniques in heavy grass, and you use the 4-string, and when the sinker goes into the grass, it's a small hole, right? And if you set the hook, because of that roughness texture to the line, it tears the line. It tears the grass up, pretty good. So you have a hole for that fish to come out with. So when I, punch the grass, I use the 4-string. Fishing with spinning tackle and grass, I use the 4. But if I fish in wood and stuff like that, or stumps, I go to the 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
And Uncle Ron says you're right. So
yeah, I'm glad.
I tell you what,
approval from Uncle Ron is always good.
I never thought of it the way you just said it, and cutting through the grass with the 4 versus the 8.
Yeah.
For me, it was always punching with like 65-pound 8-strand or slick. It digs into your reel so bad when you set the hook.
Yeah.
And the the 4-strand does not dig in as bad. It's I guess it stays on top more.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do set the hook on our big fish, our 4-pounders are nothing like your big fish, but
no, yours are bigger than us.
But when you set the hook on a decent fish, it doesn't just bury all the way down to the spool. So,
yeah. Good question. You guys have any Sasquatch sightings over there in Japan? Abominable snowman,
Yetis,
Bigfoot.
Not so many. I hear some, but not
you
so
hear
many.
some.
Hear some, yeah. But watching television and things, most of those talkings or come from the States. Yeah. There's some people that say, but not as often like you have in the States now.
Yeah, I guess we have more crazy people over here.
I don't want to say crazy people. Yeah. There's a lot of that stuff on YouTube.
There is. Yeah, there really is.
Yeah. Did I send you the number?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any local folklore or myths or animals that are like a mysterious in Japan?
Mysterious.
Like a big, not a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch,
like a legend,
but some kind of other folklore, myth,
mythical
creature. Does that make sense?
Yeah. We have people talk about a lizard, kind of a snake kind of animal. They talk about it all over Japan, but no one ever seen it before.
Okay.
It moves like a snake, but it's more fatter. You want to say? Yeah.
Is it on land or water?
It's on land. Yeah. They say it lives in the dirt, but they call it tsuchinoko over here.
Ah.
Yeah. It means dirt animal, if you translate it in English. Yeah.
Okay. Does it eat like pets and small children?
No. They say it's really small.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was big, like 20 feet long or 30 feet long.
No. We don't have those crazy people over here.
It's good stuff.
But I was watching a hunting video a couple months ago. You guys are actually hunting over there, deer, States right now, and we don't have the permission to hunt over here in Japan. You can't own a gun. You can't even own a bow. You can't even own an air gun.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Has it always been like that?
Yeah, it's been always like that.
Okay.
So I was watching a video in the States. I forgot what channel it was. They actually took some deer from Japan and they brought it to the States. And they were calling it shika deer. Shika deer.
Is it Sitka deer, maybe?
Yeah, shika deer.
Okay.
And what was so funny? Yeah. What was so funny to me was shika means deer.
So it's deer?
Yeah, so they were saying deer. It was so funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got a winner.
Oh, Jim.
Yeah.
You only have one?
Yep, just one.
Okay.
Should we do another?
Or you want to do a couple, or is it confusing if you do a couple?
We could do one more if you want. It'd be kind of
Okay.
fun. We still got some people on here. You'd have to send me another number though.
Okay, I'll send you another number.
Oh. So I gotta before we
gotta clear it out.
we gotta have a hard stop time here.
Oh, okay.
You're good though. We just gotta get through all these
Can I send it to you?
Yeah,
go ahead and send it.
Let's send an easy number. How long did it take to come out?
Like 2 minutes.
Oh, so that's not long.
All right.
Okay, got it.
I always feel it's so weird, I'm talking to you guys, and I'm also, sending you guys a text message.
I know.
All right.
I know. All right.
You call. You make the call.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just gonna say.
Yes, Jim. You.
How do you say? How would you say Bigfoot in Japan in Japanese?
Okiashi.
Okiashi.
And go. Everybody go.
Okiashi. Yeah. Okiashi.
Okiashi. Okay, so I got to write Jim's name down so I don't forget.
And actually, I'm gonna paint the heads. I'm gonna paint, and then I'm gonna put 3D eyes on it, and send it out.
Okay.
It's gonna be this. It's gonna be this 1/2 ounce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whitehead.
Oh, I could do it any kind. I could paint it rainbow trout. What do you think everybody prefer?
White.
Pearl.
Most people like a pearl or
white.
white. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
A
your solid or your double white that you had
Okay.
on that bait.
Maybe,
I like orange, like a little dot of orange or chartreuse on the throat.
Well, this isn't for you. This is for your list.
don't fight. I'll send you guys some. I'll send you guys some. Yeah.
We have a winner.
Another winner.
It's quick.
That was quick.
Duncan Carter.
Okay. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, Duncan. Send me your contact information.
Yeah. I'll send
and
you these.
we'll figure out how to get that out to you.
I'll send you these.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll put a couple in the pack.
Okay. Yeah, those are cool. I'll catch fish on those for sure. If I get an extra one.
Absolutely.
Do you use any heavy ones, or the heaviest you go is what, 1/2 ounce?
3/8 usually, but
3/8.
but I'm throwing smaller. I'm throwing smaller swim baits. I'm throwing like 3.5s.
Okay.
Usually.
Well, actually, I want to make the 3/8 too. I finally got this dialed into a 1/2 ounce, so I know the measurements for the 3/8 now. If I make it, certain width, I can bring it down to 3/8.
Yeah, 3/8 and quarter is about the
quarter
typical that we throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even me as a non-finesse angler, I throw
with a 3/0 hook.
Yeah.
Like a 3/0 hook.
Okay, so it's pretty small. This is a 4/0, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that will work good for even a 3/8 will work on that. Probably.
Oh
yeah. I'll get it finished out and send it out to you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'll paint it some kind of shad color then.
Okay.
Put a dab of orange on the belly.
Yeah. Prize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the silver blade or a gold blade?
Silver.
I like gold.
You like gold?
You like gold?
I do like gold. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've caught a lot. That's kind of something I throw now. Gold almost exclusively. I don't know.
Thanks for sharing the information.
Because everybody else is throwing
Appreciate it.
I'll get them ready and send them out to you guys.
Oh my
Sweet.
goodness.
I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Russ. This is going to be one that I got to go back and watch over and over and over again.
Good stuff.
Fried my brain.
Well, anything else you want to touch on? He's got to go duck hunting. Like you got to get up
I
at 2
will.
in the morning, right?
You talk about hunting. I'm getting up at. It's 10 o'clock now. 10 p.m. now. I will be up at 1:45 a.m.
Jeez.
So
you're gonna sleep for
That's early.
Yeah,
a couple hours.
So, yeah. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, it's good talking with you. So I will leave.
Hold on.
What?
Underspin. You want some of custom?
Yeah.
Japanese underspins that you cannot get here in the state that he just created.
He just created
like
those.
this week, right?
This week, yeah. This week. This is 1 day ago.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 days ago, I made the heavier one, and I didn't like the heavier one. So at that timing, I just started to, chomp away on it, and I fixed it up in about an hour or so, and I made the silicone mode, and I poured it last night. This one actually I poured last night.
Huh. It's still drying.
Kind of like
It's still new.
It's still hot.
It's still hot.
still hot, yeah.
Yeah.
I burned my fingers last night.
Jim, I think I got your contact information, but send it to me again just in case.
Yeah.
I think Jen's Jim makes some really good jigs. He sent me some really good finesse jigs. Yeah.
Jim and Duncan, right? Duncan Carter.
Yep, I got them both written down here.
Perfect.
And I'll leave links to the show in the description box. So if you guys want to check out you can get the Pinky Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
Is that the only one they carry at the Carolina?
I think they carry the deluxe too.
Okay.
The
So
bigger
two
one.
of the swim baits you can get, and the rest you'll just have to
Dream
for a while.
Yeah. Dream Excess Lures.
That's right.
So,
Love it.
all right, June.
Next time, let's get Mikey on here.
Okay, we can do that.
I want to talk to him.
Yeah, we can do that. Maybe we won't wait so long next time. Maybe in a couple months we'll do it. I'll get a hold of Mikey and he can come on here. That'd be a fun show, man. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Maybe talk a little bit more about the Japanese fishing, thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm trying to get a trip set up with him. I was actually texting with him yesterday. I'm gonna try to get down there. He's about 6 hours away from me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to make a road trip down there and do some.
Doesn't he live in 2 different spots?
Yeah, he's in Alabama. Well, he's in Florida. He goes to Florida for a couple months in the winter, and then he's back in Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's only about 6 hours for me.
Yeah.
But I like to take a couple days off and go down there and jump in the boat with him.
Or Chip?
Gunnersville.
Okay.
He's about an hour from Gunnersville.
That's nice.
But you got all those lakes down there.
Yeah.
You got Wilson, Pickwick, Gunnersville. They're all pretty close.
Yeah, and different dynamics in each one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
So
anything else you want to touch on, June?
No.
Wrap this up?
Yeah, I'm full.
Okay, great, man.
Have a great Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks for everybody hanging out for us or with us.